I mean, since I was 5, I got drunk. And it's been that way my whole life, and I felt guilty, and I don't know, AA says it's a disease and it's this moral thing or whatever, and I haven't really been a bad person. I haven't gone out and offended anybody. I haven't abused anybody. I haven't molested anybody. I haven't, well, I can't say that I haven't robbed anybody, but I haven't killed anybody. I haven't, I don't think it's a moral thing with me. I think it's just plain pure genetics. I mean, if you want to get into the moral thing, you can say that I know that I'm an alcoholic and that I'm still doing it. I am killing myself. I am gradually drowning myself, my existence, into non-existence via alcohol. And I guess morally maybe that's not right, because that's suicide. I mean, there's a lot of alcoholics in this world that, they're drinking themselves to death, and the media doesn't give them the right message, so they don't know that they're alcoholics and that they have a problem. To be straight up, I do. And for me to say I don't is some serious denial. And in my case, it's suicide. But in my earnest, honest attempts to get sober, I mean, I haven't always had that much luck. It's just like a genetical phenomena that I was cursed with. Like, some people have allergies to pollen, and some people have cancer when they're 8 years old, or some people have really bad brains that make them do really crazy stuff. I mean, my handicap in life would be being the alcoholic and the stigma that goes behind it. I really wouldn't wish this on anybody. I was a poor, innocent child that didn't have a chance from the gate. I was adopted and given drugs and alcohol since I was like 7 years old. I mean, I did not stand a chance. I didn't develop enough emotionally or physically to really deal with the hand that was dealt to me. I mean, a lot of people, they're in their 20s or their 30s and they have some serious trauma or whatever, and that triggers their alcoholism or whatever. I didn't stand a chance from day one when I was adopted. And that's a tough curveball to catch. I've met prostitutes and drug dealers and all kinds of people throughout my life, and evaluating the whole situation, from my experience and the people I know, not to brag, most people would not have lived as long as I have. That is, I don't know why. I mean, that's where you call into the special purpose of like why still alive? I mean, is there something I'm going to do someday that will help this world? I don't know. I don't have any answers. This is part 2. It's a frickin' beautiful day, isn't it? This is a really, really beautiful part of Japan. Tsukushima. This is like a really, really beautiful, nice place. You know, I don't have to worry about getting robbed here. Nobody's gonna come up and shove a gun in my face and try to take my stuff. You know, people in this country, they have medical care. Their government loves them enough to have them on medical care. It's really a beautiful country when you get past the racism and the nationalism. I mean, from living here off and on, I'm really veering off the alcoholic subject for a while, but the racism here is extreme. It's worse than I've experienced in the US. But the racism it's not a violent racism. Like, I don't feel people are gonna attack me or anything like that. It's kind of like, you know, we were the superior force in World War II, and we were brainwashed by the emperor, and we are the superior force in the world, and we're the superior beings or whatever, from the sun god or whatever they believe. But, you know, and they'll never ever accept you. If you're a foreigner, you will never ever be accepted into this country on a one-to-one, eye-to-eye level basis. And I guess that's what I miss about the US, is I can pretty much go to anybody, anywhere, anytime, black, Hispanic, you know, Russian, whatever, and I can just open up and we can hook up on the same level. But in this country, they're just brainwashed nationalists, to put it in a nutshell. But we're getting into politics now. We're getting off of my alcoholism. We're getting distracted from the subject. Because I'm getting a buzz. So I guess that's like the downside of it. But on the upside, as I said before, is I don't have to worry about getting a DWI. I can take a train everywhere. And I've had people push me, kick over my bike, but I haven't had a gun stuck in my face. I can drink in public. I can drink on the train. I can drink at work. I guess that'll be about part 2. I'll get in more to the ism of the alcohol. Later. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the downsides is the nicotine addiction, the cigarettes. It's like Tokyo is such a crowded, condensed area. And it's like everywhere you go, you're breathing somebody's secondhand smoke. Even in public, you're breathing secondhand smoke here, which sucks. In the bars and all that stuff in restaurants, I mean, I try to avoid them as much as I can because, you know, well, that's a different subject. I'll go to that later.